Good children, how are you all? I hope you are going well. You are happy to have again your online classes, is it not? Yeah, you wanted to be at home. God has heard your prayers again. Okay, whatever it is, if you study, it is good for you. Okay, fine. Now, you all know how to write a diary, is it not? You write a diary, is it not? Yeah, you have got a school diary. In that you write down each day's lesson, subject wise, what you have to do, the homework, study, or any information and things like that. So you know how to write a diary, is it not? And it is also nice to keep a diary, writing all your experiences, maybe from the childhood, or now at least now begin to write something. That means each day put the date, especially on the auspicious day, something that happened, something pleasant or unpleasant, which is unforgettable or which you want to remember again. So keep the diary. So today you will learn a lesson, a short monsoon diary, a short monsoon diary written by who? It's a Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is an author. Write his diary that he writes regarding the, maybe that he writes it on regarding the weather, the monsoon season, the winter season, how we observe, what are the things that takes place. So he has, now when you look into your textbook, you will understand how he writes the diary. He put the date and what had happened that day, he writes down. Okay, so it is better for you also keep a diary, so that you can remember or recall the things maybe after some times, what experiences that you had, maybe your school timings, your school life. Okay, your what is called now presently we are having on and off lockdowns and things like offline online classes and all. What is your experience each day, something, so that after so many years you can recall it, you can read, you can maybe think about it or laugh, maybe you can show your friends, or you can have even your own, when you become father and mother, you can show to your children and things like that. Okay, so it is keeping a diary is very good to remember the things. Okay, today you will learn a short monsoon diary written by this is what is called, we told him, a ghost, that is Ruskin Bond. He is writing about, now let us see what the lesson content is. The first paragraph tells what is the content of the lesson is. Okay, now do you know what is a diary is? It is asking what is a diary is. It is a record of personal experiences written day after day over a long period of time. You can also use a diary to note down things you plan or do immediately or in the future. You write down what is something you to do, maybe tomorrow you wanted to do, or something before forgetting. So things like that. One of the most famous diary published as a book is the Diary of Anne Frank. So Anne Frank has written the diary, but later it is published into a book. That means it is very maybe famous, something educatable, something to learning for the people and things like that. Okay, so this is also one of the diary. Your lesson is come from one of the diary of this Bond. Okay, no, this is the what is called his Ruskin Bond. He has written the diary. Now today you are learning about it. So when you write your diary, if it is something useful, it will be useful for others. Okay. Now here is a few extracts from the Ruskin Bond's diary, in which he portrays the silent, what is that? Silent miracle of nature and life's little joy and regrets. Read on. So as you read, so you will find the life that is a miracle of nature, silent miracle of nature, without it happens as it is, but without then how we need to observe, how we need to learn things. It is like that. Then life's little joys, during that the joys and difficulties of his own time during that such kind of thing. So that is what you will find in this textbook. Okay, how he writes the diary. As we will understand. On 24th, he has put the date. He is writing. What is he writing? The first day of monsoon mist. He says, first day of monsoon means or raining season, is not? And it is strange how all birds fallen silent as the mist comes climbing up the hills. He says that when the winter mist comes, what happens? All the birds and things like that, they will go away, silent, everywhere silent. There is no life because it is very cold, no? So people, even the birds, they find it hard to come out. That is what it says that. Perhaps that is what makes the mist to so melancholy. Melancholy means unhappy, sad, things like that. Very sad and there is no life there. Okay, so the mist season, cold season, people don't want to come out and things like that. Then he says, not only does it conceal the hills, it blankets them in silence too. It's not only the conceals the hills, not only it blankets them. That means fully covered with the mist and smoky like things and silence everywhere, perfect silence, because nobody, even the plants, even the birds doesn't come out. They don't want to come and fly around and make noise and things like that. Only an hour ago the trees were ringing with the bird song. So it's just a little time, immediately the new weather changes. And now the forest is deathly still as though it were midnight. So the complete forest is dead silence, no noise at all, as if it is midnight. Midnight means all are sleeping time, is not? So as if it is a midnight, everywhere it is perfect silence, even during the day, because of the cold. Then, though the mist, Viii is calling to his sister. Viii is one of the man, he is a boy or Viii maybe is a boy. He is calling his sister. I can hear him running about on the hillside, but I cannot see him. He says that I can hear the calling. She is telling. That means I can hear my brother is calling me, but I cannot see him. Why? Because it is covered with the mist, that is like smoke things. Only sound is heard. People are not seen because we cannot see the other side because of the dark mist. Okay. Now that is what he observed you on the June 24th. Okay. Next day he comes on June 25th. He says some genuine early monsoon rain, warm and humid, and not that cold high altitude stuff. Also very cold. It is raining, no? Warm and humid. Humid means wetty, like wet things like that, no? And it is altitude of we have been having all year. So here is rain is there, warm is there, humidity is there, all those. This is our climate. So all this year. The plants seems to know it too. Even the plants understand the weather changes. Not only we human beings, even the plants and birds, they understand when the weather changes. And the first cobra lily rears its head from the ferns, and I walk up to the bank and the post office. As he walk around, going here and there, he notices after that the cobra lily. That is a kind of wild lily plants. That is when the raining season will start, it will start growing and flowering and things like that, which he observes. This man is a keen observer. He is a nature lover. That is why he is able to see all these things. And the mist affords a certain privacy. So there is lot everywhere. Mist is there, and people, everything is very calm and quiet, and so many things that takes place. Okay. So when you listen carefully and read it properly. Then a schoolboy asked me to describe the hill station and valley in one sentence. So one day, one schoolboy asked our author, what did he ask? To describe the hill station in one sentence. Okay, and all I could say was, what did he say? He said, a paradise that might have been. He says the hill station is like a paradise. Paradise means what? Sorghum, no? So beautiful to see the nature, because when the rainy season or this, it is according to the situation, according to the season, the plants grow or flowering comes and things like that. So he says it is like a paradise that might have been. That is what he writes on the June 25th. You see, each day he is writing what he observes, what he experiences. Okay. Now coming to the June 27th, what he says? The rain have heralded and the arrival of some season visitors, leopard and several thousand leeches. Leech, no, that is a kind of atta. No, the thotapuru we say sometimes. Okay. So there are so many animals and other insect and the small what is called creatures that is they are coming during the rainy season. So many changes that he observes there. Yesterday afternoon, the leopard lifted a dog from near the servants' quarter below the school. He says that he noticed that a leopard came in fact and killed the animal and carried away. Why? They are feeling hungry to eat. In the evening, attacked one of Biju's cows but fled at the approach of Biju's mother, who came screaming imprecations. Imprecation means cursing, shouting and cursing. She came running because she saw that the leopard is coming to already, dog is killed. And he says that the author is telling he came to one of the house of the cow shed of Biju's house and he wanted to attack a cow. But then Biju's mother saw and she came cursing, running, screaming and cursing the leopard. So he could not do anything. Then what happened? Biju's mother came screaming imprecations, that is cursing the leopard. As for the leech, I shall soon get used to a little blood letting every day. So every day he has to lose some blood because the leech everywhere, so many. Raining season, so many creatures comes. Leech is another creature which suck the blood of anybody, even animal and human beings. Okay, it suck on it attach itself on the leg or somewhere and it suck the blood. He says that. Then other new arrivals are, so there are so many things he is observing during the weather changes. When the rainy season, he sees leopard comes, other animals comes and creatures comes, and other new arrivals are the scarlet minivets, the female and yellow ones. I think minivets are the butterflies, new butterflies and different creatures, fitting silent among the leaves like a brilliant jewels. So variety colors of butterflies and other insects and all he can see. He is observing all these things. No matter how leafy the trees, these brightly colored birds cannot conceal themselves, although by remaining absolutely silent. So, so many plants and trees are there, but plenty of insects and butterflies and different colors are there that he is observing all these things. They sometimes contrive to go unnoticed. Nobody can go, it is unnoticed because they are very brightful in color. So it is easily noticeable. Along came a pair of rongans. Rongans is a songbird which shouts with big beaks and some kind of birds. Unnecessarily aggressive, chasing the minivets away. So these birds come and they attack the other animals, other creatures and things like that. So Lord beautiful everywhere. He observes so beautiful the nature is. So that is what the different climate, according to the climate changes, even the nature experiences that. Even the birds and the different kinds of insects, animals and things comes out and they all that. This man, what it tells is the keen observation of the author. When the weather changes, what are the things taking place? Why he is able to? Because he is a nature lover. Maybe. Okay? He is able to observe things that is happening around him. And he is keen and enjoying the nature assets. Okay, that is what that 27th still continue. A tree creeper moves rapidly up the trunk of the oak tree. A tree creeper means plants, no? Some kind of creeping plants and things like that. Snipping up insects all the way. Now that the rains are here, there is no dearth. There is no dearth of food for the insectivorous birds. So what happens is, during the cold season, rainy season, the the birds or any for them scarcity of food is there, because no flowers comes, no things during the winter season. It's not. So when the winter season, everything is very dark, silent, there is no sufficient food for the even the insect or birds or things like that, and there is a lot of scarcity, and everything fine but so beautiful. This is all the observation of the author. When during the winter season, what are the things takes place, or during the summer season or during the rainy season. He doesn't speak about summer here, especially he stresses on winter, rainy season and winter season. Okay, later you'll see the lesson what are they. So this is the first part of the lesson is such. The author is observing what are the changes that is taking place in the nature when the climate changes, and what are the how the animals or the insects or the things how they move and how they enjoy what are comes in, all that the author is experiencing, and which he writes in his diary, which he recalls. That is because he has written all his observation, the changes. That is why today you are able to study that. It's not. He has written that you are ready. So when you write, when you notice things, and the creativity in writing, the observation, all that helps other people to learn things. Is it clear? So this from here, when you read the lesson, you should understand what are, when the rainy season start, which are the dates and how it is, and how the changes, what is the changes in the nature, all those things which we need to observe. We need to be very concentrative and observations. Okay, so this is the first part of the lesson that you come. I want you to read the lesson carefully, children. Every time I say repeated the same. Read the lesson carefully. Read the lesson carefully so that you will understand better and you will be able to comprehend the lesson afterwards. Okay, so I want you to read, and some of the words meanings are given in the glossary for you, but there are still words which you will have to underline, write down, and look for the meanings in the dictionary. Is it clear, children? I trust that you will do, because you are all grown-up children. You can do it. Okay, so see you in the next class. Thank you. Read the lessons carefully, study, work hard at home. Okay, thank you.